We live, baby. We live. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. You said, but word around town, this Keyshawn Team Crawford beef. Get to the 8-minute mark. Time to cook up.
Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up. Dog hit me up. Hello? Shorty on my line, told the bitch to call back, cause she getting out of line. Louis, what's the deal? Nigga, we talk. Got a 9 on a mission, nigga, watch we talk. Meet me on the block, tell me everything you know. From the guns to the chips and the kilos of coke. All I see is white, let my vision flash. Got my hand on them birds, about 100 in cash. Nigga, what's the math? Said I'm rich forever. Ride a trap or die, got my mind on his cheddar. Wish a nigga would, if a nigga try. Leave brains on the step, laying next to his mind. Get it or die, that's the motivation. I tell it how it is, see the bullets penetration. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Kick the door, hit the floor, homie. See this fall, homie? Leave your brains on the floor, homie. I want your bricks from my crib and the floor, homie. I'm talking dollars and them cents from my drawer, homie. Tie your bitch by the beat, I want it all, homie. You niggas barking like the deed, I let it off, homie. 100 pounds in the crib, I took it all, homie. I left the nigga by stairs where his bra, shorty. 200,000 on the rinse and spent the charm on it. Thump a nigga on his neck, that's a prize moment. Real niggas up back, no bases loaded. Pussy tried to walk me off, hit a crazy homie. Bent the block up 10, left him in the coma. Northside, Illidale, you know, son of Cobra. Big dog in the bit, the dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick.
You know what it is?
Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up. Dog hit me up. Hello? Shorty on my line, told the bitch to call back, cause she getting out of line. Louis, what's the deal? Nigga, we talk. Got a 9 on a mission, nigga, watch we talk. Meet me on the block, tell me everything you know. From the guns to the chips and the kilos of coke. All I see is white, let my vision flash. Got my hand on them birds, about 100 in cash. Nigga, what's the math? Said I'm rich forever. Ride a trap or die, got my mind on his cheddar. Wish a nigga would, if a nigga try. Leave brains on the step, laying next to his mind. Get it or die, that's the motivation. I tell it how it is, see the bullets penetration. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Kick the door, hit the floor, homie. See this fall, homie? Leave your brains on the floor, homie. I want your bricks from my crib and the floor, homie. I'm talking dollars and them cents from my drawer, homie. Tie your bitch by the beat, I want it all, homie. You niggas barking like the deed, I let it off, homie. 100 pounds in the crib, I took it all, homie. I left the nigga by stairs where his bra, shorty. 200,000 on the wrist and spent the charm on it. Thump a nigga on his neck, that's a prize moment. Real niggas up back, no bases loaded. Pussy try to walk me off, hit a crazy homie. Bent the block up 10, left him in the coma. Northside, Illadelphia, you know, son of Cobra. Big dog in the bit, the dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up. Dog hit me up. Hello? Shorty on my line, told the bitch to call back, cause she getting out of line. Louis, what's the deal? Nigga, we talk, got a 9 on a mission, nigga, watch we talk. Meet me on the block, tell me everything you know, from the guns to the chips and the kilos of coke. All I see is white, let my vision flash, got my hand on them birds, about 100 in cash. Nigga, what's the math? Said I'm rich forever, ride a trap or die, got my mind on this cheddar. Wish a nigga would, if a nigga try, leave brains on the step, laying next to his mind. Get it or die, that's the motivation. I tell it how it is, see the bullets penetration. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Kick the door, hit the floor, homie. See this fall, homie? Leave your brains on the floor, homie. I want your bricks from out the crib and the floor, homie. I'm talking dollars and them cents from out the drawer, homie. Tie your bitch by the beat, I want it all, homie. You niggas barking like the beat, I let it off, homie. 100 pounds in the crib, I took it all, homie. I left the nigga by stairs where his bra shorty. 200,000 on the wrist and spent the charm on it. Thump a nigga on his neck, that's a prize moment. Real niggas up back, no bases loaded. Pussy try to walk me off, hit a crazy homie. Bent the block up 10, left him in the coma. Northside, Illadelphia, you know, son of Cobra. Big dog in the bit, the dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick.
Let's go. It's about that time. It's about that time. It's about that time. You hear, Ski? We came to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis, Team Bomac beef. You know, Bernie the boxer. Shout out to Mill City Boxing, my guy George. Shout out George. You know, make a long story short, and a short story even more shorter. You know, went on and exposed something that he wasn't supposed to. Give me 1 second. My apologies for being unprofessional right now. I should, but I had to get this proof. I had to come out here, and expose it. My apologies. Uh, you know, we watch Bernie the Boxer. Shout out to Mill City Boxing. We watched Bernie the Boxer tell Mill City what's going on. We seen Keyshawn came and gave his story. Then we got Timothy Bradley, an inside man talking about a person popping dirty. And this is what I say all of the time, right? Keyshawn don't smoke. Drinking. Why would you? If you know you got to fight, you're a champion. You're about to make some M's. Probably make your first $2 million, $3 million defending your title. And then you're gonna blame it on the alcohol. People know alcohol leaves your system. You feel me? Plus, alcohol is not a PED. You're gonna be like kind of sluggish. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be right. Your mind capacity, your IQ ain't gonna be. You're gonna be slurring everywhere. You're gonna be stumbling everywhere. If a person drinking, like Ricardo, my yoga and shit. But the point is, it proves that it proves that everything I'm saying and we saying on all facts, no opinions is true. That's what I'm saying. These people is playing with my channel, man. Shout out to my co-host Santos Boxing. I sent him the analytics so he can know what we do. We do great numbers. We do great numbers every month. Everything organic, ain't nothing fake. Is that this happen shit is getting too out of hand. Like right now, y'all watching me on TV, right? Look what it says. It's supposed to say Keyshawn Davis, Team Crawford, Bomac, beef. You know, episode 42, etc. Uh, to each his own. To each his own. But Tim exposed Keyshawn popping dirty. The real reason the De Los Santos fight ain't really happened. Snag ain't really want to get caught up in, anything, especially violent testing. But you see now how, just to be skeptical, you're boxers, right? Keyshawn is a boxer, and they trying to make sure this time around, even Shakur is y'all boxers. Why y'all training at a UFC gym? And it ain't even a gym. It's a performance enhancement gym. You know what I mean? It's a clinical gym. It's a USC performance clinical gym. Just a whole bunch of doctors there. No trainers, just doctors. What a person going to train you for? Strength and conditioning, you can just do that with the 5K. And go into a high altitude or a low altitude. It depends what type of altitude you're going to fight in. Is the key thing. Then you come on here, you watch other people who's like, about these brothers. I'm like, shout out to Keyshawn Davis. I like him as a fighter. But to keep it tall, he ain't fight nobody. Everybody he fought was a smaller opponent. When he fought somebody his size, a lot of people say he got exposed. He got exposed 2 times. You was a pro. And when you was a pro on these Canelo cards, all these big cards, you got beat by an amateur and an Olympian. Then you get exposed by another amateur, another Olympian, which was Nair Wu Albright. And he fixed that slip up. Wu Albright exposed you. That's why you only get clips of the fight here on YouTube. But another thing is, people glorify these fighters, right? I'm talking about Keyshawn and Shakur right now. People glorify these fighters, right? And when they glorify these fighters, it's like, who have you fought? Because we don't know. Who have you fought? Because we don't know. And the way, we can understand Keyshawn because we seen he come in the game, he get his knockouts. It doesn't matter. You get in that ring with him, he gonna beat the dog shit out you, big, small, whatever. He's doing his job. But shout out to Shakur Stevenson, right? We all know Shakur. Majority of the people know the fight on his back foot and run. It's not boxing. I watch people saying he got the best defense game in the league. What is a defense if you just jumping back and not getting hit? Defense is you. Know what I mean? You bobbing, you're weaving, you're slipping, you catching, you doing all of that. You feel me? But we don't see that with Corey. Probably when he was coming up at 126, etc., it was easy opponents they put in front of him and he picked off. But as he got to the higher weight classes, those performances wasn't that. And what y'all see in the gym with headgear and big ass gloves, like 14 ounce, 20 ounce gloves, whatever gloves he's putting on in there. Because I believe they fucking around got some 25 ounces on some back in the day shit on there, so nobody won't get hurt. But when people do Cuban sparring and really not performing as well, it's like, okay, you're sparring the same dudes that you know all of the time. And then, you got certain coaches that'll go out there and pick certain sparring partners. It's like the people you getting, they're trying to mimic T.O., they're not mimicking it. You got some people that's tall, like, they're not mimicking it. But it's easy for a person to mimic Shakur because all you got to do is keep a person on his back foot and run. It's like, for instance, right? Hey, Hodders, 7060, what up? What up? Shout out to Hodders, 7060, yeah, ski. Shout out to Hodders, man. And y'all, all y'all that's here tuning, man, go subscribe to Hodders, man. Go subscribe to Hodders. Show Hodders some love, man. Let's help these, content creators and these people that's popping up, build a platform, money for everybody. We all gotta eat. You hear, ski? We all gotta eat. But yeah, getting back to the core situation and Keyshawn on Africa exposed when Hitchens like, yeah, Shakur dropped you multiple times. Some people say he put him to sleep. Well, Jermaine Ortiz can do that. Because they fighting style is similar. But Jermaine Ortiz is just more of a exchanger. He like the exchange, because he believe in his power. I believe Shakur has power, but he just don't want to go in there and exchange. It's like, I'm gonna keep it tall. When he fought Williams Zepeda, if he just would have kept it in the center of the ring and fought his fight, he would have knocked Zepeda out. You feel me? Because we watched Tevin drop him. You feel me? But when he fought Zepeda fight, Zepeda really won. Because I'm going to keep it real. Tevin Farmer performances was better than Shakur performances. This is no lies that Core got to exchange more, especially in this Teofimo fight. Like, you can't be on your back foot and be too much defensive and not have no type of offense. You got to exchange. So you mean to tell me Teo going to hunt him down, chase him down, and he don't throw no punches? So if Teo chasing him down, throwing punches, who's the aggressor? Make the shit make sense, man. Because at the end of the day, y'all awarded Canelo when William Scar and Laura put on the best two the boxing clinic performances on Canelo ever. And they got robbed. Let's keep it tall. They got robbed. We watched Shakur and Edward De Los Santos fight. You feel me? But De Los Santos landed more punches and were exchanging more, and Cora was on his back feet, and y'all gave a victory to Shakur. So which means is y'all owe Laura and William Scar a fucking victory. Just saying. I'm just saying. We watched what's the guy named Ramirez and Devin Haney. You know what I mean? Devin wasn't exchanging. He wasn't exchanging at all. But if you see, you see. If you see, you see. But hey, everybody got a plan. And one thing about Tim Bradley, he always going to expose the plan. He always going to expose certain agendas that they have. He already knows Shakur is winning. If it goes the distance, they're giving it to Shakur, which is impossible. Because if something go the distance, the champion is still the champion. If y'all take that belt from Teo when they go the distance and Shakur ain't do nothing, and it's like an Edward De Los Santos fight or a Teo and Jermaine Ortiz type fight, and y'all rob Teofimo better sue the shit out y'all people. Because we just watched what the New York State Athletic Commission did to motherfucking Sabrina Matias. You know what I mean? I'm just saying though, because the State Athletic Commission body, they all go hand in hand. They all work together with Snack. Like, that shit too fishy. you know. And y'all got a person that's representing y'all hometown. Y'all better be behind that, boy. Y'all better be behind that, boy. You know, but do I think T.O. can drop Shakur? Yes. And do I think Shakur can drop T.O.? Yes. You know, we seen T.O. on the floor. You know, Shakur got popped. But the key thing that's crazy, right? This motherfucker got no hand problems right now. For a person to have hand problems, he got no hand problems right now. That's crazy, right? Woo! That's crazy, right? Just saying though. You feel me? That whole team popping dirty. Don't be surprised they all juiced up over there at that UFC gym. You see, Ski? But getting to this pop dirty shit and while we on top rank, what's up with Janovic? Janovic had his B sample scheduled for January 8th, right? But this is the crazy thing. This is the crazy thing. Remember the fight was December, well, it was December 8th, December 6th. They had a fight. But he ended up popping dirty November 15th. Janovic A sample came back dirty November 15th. So you already know the B sample is going to come back dirty, right? So if it's A sample pop dirty November 15th, why give him his B sample this time? Why y'all schedule it for January 8th? Matias, Ryan, everybody else that popped dirty on their A sample, y'all tested it the next day, 24 hours, 48 hours later, y'all tested it, and you know those traces is still going to be in there. But y'all giving this brother to January 8th, and January 8th passed. It passed. What's today's date? Today like the 18th, the 19th, some shit like that, the 19th, 20th, I don't know, I don't pay attention to this shit. But at the end of the day, what's up with him? What's up with him? Nothing yet. But this is the crazy thing. It fell because the A sample proves the same as the B sample because, you know, it's supposed to be 24, 48 hours. But now, since it's January 8th, you know, they're going to make sure he won't be stripped of that WBO and IBF title. Because if they would have took the A sample, so let's say it's November 15th, he popped dirty for the A sample. So the B sample should have been taken November 16th between November 17th. The B sample should have took place, so he should have been stripped for the WBO and IBF title. But since they scheduled it January 8th, they giving him time to clean his system. And what he popped dirty for melodomin, something like that, you know. And as of now, he's still awaiting. We don't know what the fuck is going on, you know. But he's suspended for right now. He's not even suspended because he ain't even give up the B sample yet. So why is y'all doing this? Y'all see the narrative they're painting, man. Because if you was an American fighter, 24 to 48 hours, your B sample is being tested. But this brother get not 1, 2 months. He had like 2 months, 2 months and 3 weeks to get his urine clean. Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense, please. And more boxing news. Colin Smith, Dave Morrell, you know, they're still trying to find a date. You know they're going to try to blame PBC. Oh, PBC ain't got no fights in February. They got it for March. Keith Thurman, Findora. So Virgil, who the fuck you trying to fight? It's only Boots out there because Findora is booked up, nigga. But you know, it's good. I love to see that on that card. You know, on the Findora card, David Morrell, Colin Smith, or let them brothers host their own main event. Know what I mean? In Florida, go to Florida, you know, a Cuban base, you know, go to Minnesota where he trained at, you know, host it there, you know, bring Colin Smith to the stage, you know, and host a great fight, put on a great fight. The Zone, you got it, you know, between February, March, or, you know, Dave Morrell can be the first February fight for PBC, you know, make it happen. And I already broke the news how Mauricio Suleiman in the WBC already forced the mandatory on Dalton Smith, Alberto Pollo. You know, he's the mandatory, you know, and he forced the fight. So hopefully we get to see, you know, unless Hitchens just say F Oscar Duarte, which I would do. and just say, I'm gonna fight Dalton Smith. Come on. We can go across the water or you can fight over here. You feel me? But no, the WBC finally doing something. They finally doing something, huh? They finally doing something, right? You know, shout out my co-host Santos Boxing, baby. You already know what it is. 0.5 speed coming soon. No, listen, man. Y'all gonna see this fight game totally different. Y'all gonna see everything different. Y'all gonna see everything different. Y'all gonna see the punches that land. You're gonna see the punches that not being thrown. Then y'all gonna watch it how you supposed to watch tape, and you're not gonna hear no biased commentary. You know, like biased commentary, right? When you watch a Shakur Stevenson fight Jamel Herring. Shout out to Jamel Herring for getting that victory too over there at Bare Knuckle. You know, but getting back to that fight, Jamel Herring versus Shakur Stevenson, I want y'all to pay attention to the fight. Look at the bad commentary. You got Andre Ward, Timothy Bradley, right? All commentating against Jamel, right? And Shakur, right? Andre Ward is Shakur manager at the time. It still is on a low key. His manager at the time, bringing him through the circuit. Timothy Bradley, you know, did this, doing the same, had Bud, control Bud, narrating through Top Rank, etc. And just by them commentating, you hearing like just in the first 2 rounds, just watch the first 2 rounds. You're gonna be like, man, that boy ain't doing none of that shit. What is he doing? He ain't doing none of that shit. You see Jamel pressing it and throwing. They not even broadcasting and analyzing what he doing. They lying saying the shit that he doing, Shakur was doing, and he wasn't. He wasn't. But you know, that the show that we bring is going to be consist of everything we showing y'all, everything we telling y'all, how we watch a fight, how we analyze it. But you're going to see the perfect breakdown. You're going to see the fight, how it's supposed to be judged. You know, that's what it make us better judges. You hear, Ski? And Jay Opataya, right? In the Zuffa Boxing contract, you know, he signs the Zuffa Boxing. We watched Dana White, Turkey, etc., TKO, Zuffa. We watched them saying they are not going to deal with nobody sanctions at all, right? So if you're not going to deal with nobody sanctions at all, why sign the champion? Why sign the IBF champion? If I'm not mistaken, right? The IBF champion. So that means you got to deal with the body sanctions. Hypocrisy, yo. A bunch of fucking hypocrites, man. A bunch of fucking hypocrites. Well, shit, y'all allowed it. I'm in boxing, allow me in boxing. Shit, give me my own promotional company, let me do me. You understand me? Y'all want to talk shit, oh, fella can't start a promotional company. But you got all these corny motherfuckers that's robbing people blind, white collar crime. You hear me? The same. You hear me? It's only right. Shit. Y'all saying a felon can't start a boxing promotion shit. Then why y'all got them niggas starting up? I can start my own shit, create my own fighters, and do my thing. Know what I mean? Like the shit just be weird. It'd be weird. It'd be weird, but y'all don't want motherfuckers like us in the game because y'all know we a dog smack the shit out y'all. All dog shit. But y'all want to call us the inner city of, oh yeah, you got a ghetto mentality. No, nigga, I got a grown man mentality, nigga. I got an appetite for no fuck shit, nigga. You hear me? But this don't make sense. A fucking bunch of hypocrites. But y'all just should have left it how it was, man. And if y'all watch this, you should understand Zuffa Boxing TKO. What I would have did was I would have made that lead a tournament lead. Like how, shout out to Top Rank Bob Arum, how they did the Super 6 and Andre Ward became victorious. I would have did the same thing with that lead. Just get all of the champions and just, yo, it's a lead so you can get, no, you're going to get the ring magazine, but you're going to get a ring trophy. You want to get a trophy for the world to know that you are the global champion. You do shit like that and still deal with the body sanctions. So when you got 2 ring magazine champions fighting, which they should go back to 8 divisions. So let's say you got a 150, you can do it just like this. From 140 to 154, right? Because you got junior welterweight, super welterweight, right? That's the pyramid. So whatever champ is the ring magazine champ there, You feel me? They fight at the top of the totem pole for the ring trophy. It would have made sense. Because now what you're doing, you're still signing professional boxers. So now these fighters, unless these fighters wasn't making that type of money, but if they're already making millions of dollars, which I do believe, they probably get a mil, 2 mil, no more than 3, 4 million. Some top fighters at in certain joints probably get like 4 or 5 million, no more than 8 million. But you think they're gonna drop that contract down just to start making 750,000? Nah, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. You need the body sanction, man. Why you need the body sanctioning? You using the Ring magazine as on top of the total pole so you get that the global trophy. How Andre Ward got. Do shit like that. It'll make boxing more interesting. You feel me? Like it's crazy that Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson promotion is ass. It's butt cheeks, man. This is the biggest fight in boxing as today. Starting 2026, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez is the biggest fight in boxing as today. And y'all not even promoting it like it. Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez is a bigger fight than Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank both times. Y'all not even promoting this fight, man. Not even. This whole card is lit. Not even. Bad promotion. But I guarantee you, the fight that's across seas, watch how they promote that shit. And it shows you the dictatorship and the gimmick, what they're trying to do. I'm just saying, though. You understand me? I'm just saying, though, man. The shit I see, I hope y'all see. And the shit you don't see, I'm going to tell you so you can see. You hear, Ski? It's only right, man. It's only facts, man. It's only facts, man. Let me wash my hands. Got some oil on my hand. And a lot of people want you to think otherwise. They want you to think otherwise. All the time, they want you to think otherwise. You know, let me see who was in the. No, everybody wants you to think otherwise. You feel me? Um, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. No, but when you tell the truth, you know, you're gonna get zapped, you're gonna get shadow banned, you know, because you know by the numbers you do. You know, but I'm always expose this shit and tell the truth. You feel me? Hopefully the fight happens. You know, Kyle Smith, Dave Morrell, 31-2 versus 12-1. They deserve everything. Yeah, Moses at time suffered a training injury. Like, what fucking kind of injury you suffered? Nigga suffered a training injury. Mhm. So the Franklin fight is off right now, so we don't even know if it's a hand injury. We don't know what type of injury it is. It's a training injury. I ain't never heard no shit like that a day in my world. You know what I'm saying? To each his own, dog. To each his own. Another thing too is right in the sport of boxing. People need to learn the rules because everybody want to fight and throw a punch, but nobody know the rules. And what's his name? Kenny Bellish, right? The referee. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad at that referee. Like, bro, you was a an amateur judge. You and your brother. Then you got in the ring, became a judge and a ref. To start going pros and stuff. This is why Mayweather never picked you to none of his fights as a pro because they knew you was paid. They knew you was bought. Um, and the reason I say that and state that because you could have had an opportunity when you talked about that knee, taking that knee. You had the opportunity to tell the world that Tank Davis taking that knee. You know it's a rule, and this is the rule. You know, But you didn't. You didn't. You never did. And the reason I state that because because in that interview I was waiting for him to say that yes, you know, an amateur can't call a timeout by taking the lead, raising his hand, tapping his head. You know, the rule changes that probably like every 5 years, etc. You could have went on and state that and said that, but you didn't. Part of the problem. Part of the problem. Because we watch you do a lot of bad stoppages, man. Yes, we did. We watch you do a lot of bad stoppages. But it goes to show you how referee Jack Reese and Judge Jack Reese. Now, if you know, you know, Ski. Shout out my guy Santos Boxing, my co-host, who exposed that shit. And listen, it caught me off guard, and you know I be on point with everything. That shit caught me off guard. I'm like, wow. No, but that's what we do, man. We do here, man. It's all facts, no pain sport podcast. We don't let nothing marinate. We get straight to the sauce. Everything saucy. Yeah, shout out Low Nose Boxing. Shout out my guy Frontline. You dig, Ski? Shout out Fast Lane. Shout out Fast Light. Shout out my guy Yoda. You feel me? Shout out my guy Duke. You know what I mean? Shout out my guy H Money Kendra. You already know the vibes, you hear me? You know the mob, nigga. You already know the mob, you hear me? MOB. Y'all niggas money over boxing, you hear, Ski? Money over boxing, you hear, Ski? But at the end of the day, man, I want to talk to these trainers out here, right? You trainers, come here. Oh, let me roll this up. Yo, niggas, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to all you trainers out there. I want to know if you're a trainer or a teacher. Because right now, I'm the preacher. Every trainer, come here. Come here, every trainer, come here. I want you to sit down. I want to coach you right quick. You want me to stand this way? Or you want me to stand this way? Yeah, it don't matter which way it goes, right? Is y'all doing it for the money? Or y'all doing it when these kids' mothers come in, you trying to get some, I mean, like what are you doing it for? This is what I need to understand. What are y'all doing it for? Because the first 6 months, you know, of a child coming to a gym or any person coming to a gym and they paying you, the first 6 months, man, is basics. Footwork and learn the rules. You gotta learn the rules of engagement. You gotta learn the law of the land. You know, every sport has their own law of the land. You know, and that by you growing up, you see us, right? I'm 42 years old, right? I watch the Carson Palmer rule, which is the Brady rule, should have been the Carson Palmer rule before it was the Brady rules years after. We watched the NFL bad calls, even with the NBA, a lot of bullshit. Even in boxing right now, it's like people don't really know nothing. You know, you got people critiquing and analyzing boxing. I'm gonna always bring it up. When Tank took that knee, listen, man. All Facts, No Opinions was the only channel in the fucking world. In the world, Craig. We was the only channel in the fucking world, Craig, that kept exposing that a fighter is allowed to call timeout and take a knee. I watched my son go to the gym. I watched him get interviewed, and I watch everybody talk about Tank knee. I watch these coaches, they in the amateurs, everything, and I'm like, ain't none of y'all gonna talk about that. It's legal for him to take a knee. He wasn't touched. Lamont Roach never hit him, never touched him. He did the proper channels, the steps, took 3 paces back. Neil raised his hand, touched his head. Charlo was trying to do it, but he didn't touch his head. So when the referee started the count and he told him, like, yo, no, that's when he said, yo, you know what, you right. And you seen him go to the corner, tell the judges, and the judge, you can't, they know the rules. So for bailiffs to go up there, you're being a judge, especially an amateur judge, you know the rules, tell the truth. But it shows that people got an agenda with it. You know, I posted a video, right? I posted this video because I knew it was over. I posted a video, bam. I want to give this person their flowers. It's in my shorts. Next time I do this video, I'm gonna get your name and I'm gonna congratulate you. Because he got on my comments, he was like, yo, this video old. And I posted up, I said, I know it's old, but watch the propaganda they pull. And watch, they try to make this as now. These people are recycling videos and recycling crimes, y'all. It's all fake news. When you control the board, when you one of the big companies that control the board, and that's every shell company, make it make sense, man. That's all I want to say. Make it make sense. To each his own, though. If you know, you know. You see through the bullshit. You see through the bullshit, man. You know? All you got to do, like, you see what I'm doing, right? Beginning during the 8-minute period. Shadow boxing for 5 minutes to 8 minutes. But you see my punch selection. You see my shit precise. You know what I mean? You see me. You can see and tell that I know what I'm doing, right? You can see and tell that I know what I'm doing, right? See that I tell and know what I'm doing, right? Bam. Switch. See what I'm telling, know what I'm doing, right? Mimic both styles. Same thing you do in Orthodox is the same thing you do in Southpaw. Excuse me. But the key thing is different stances. Different stances. So if you know you're in a championship fight, he know you coming out orthodox. He might know you got the high guard. You might come in with the Philly shell. You might come in with the Detroit, that's the real turtle shell. You know what I mean? The Detroit shell. It depends how you come in. But it's 5 styles of boxing, right? But there's over 1,000 styles of stances. And that's the key thing nobody talking about. How your stance is. I created the stances like this. Feel me? Boom. So you got the Philly Detroit shell all in one. But I'm like this. I'm like this. So when you shoot, boom. You feel me? My chin is always tucked. Boom. Parry. Bam. Bam. How you gonna shoot the jab? You do it like the Russians. How Soviets do it? Boom, 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 boom. Elbow block, shoot, bam, bam. Elbow, bam. That elbow is gonna block, boom, 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 boom. You feel me? So it's boom, 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 shh, boom, 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 boom. Then you just do it right. But at the end of the day, people look at shit different. You know what I mean? Kung Fu is life, right? How when you're in karate, Kung Fu is his life, right? So everything around you is life. You feel me? Like I teach my kids. Put your hands up, touch this knee, come back, touch this knee. But don't go all the way down. You feel me? Just remember, it's a cross or it's an X. So me, I teach them to look at 2 lines. You got the line that's in front of you, which that's the jab line, you feel me? But you jump back, which is the reason Shakur jump back. Then you got the straight line where your foot at, right? Which is slip, roll, you feel me? That's all I'm trying to teach people. Look at it as 2 lines. Is always keep your head off the line. Always keep your spang, 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 spang. You know what I mean? And you should know every time you move your head, counter. Why? Because that punch you throwing, it can be an offensive punch or it can be a defensive punch. So if it comes for a defensive punch, like you parrying a jab, you strike again, and that one gonna land. And then you just come with an overhand, come with a 2, come with a 3, or come with a 4. You know what I mean? You hear me? So all I'm saying, though, I love the sport. I love the sport, man. And I want to tell y'all some crazy shit before I get up out of here, right? Fan motherfucking duel, right? I bet it $3. It was 10 cents or $3. I bet it was. I think it was $3. I had $3 left, $3.20 left, right? I betted that shit. I wake up, I win $181. So I'm like, oh, okay. So now in my head, I'm like, I ain't gotta upload $50 or $100. I'm gonna leave that $180 there, and I'm just gonna gamble. I'm finished gambling, placing bets. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait till the NBA start because that's why I want my money raining buckets, so I can pick the same plays like I always do. I go back on there, my whole count gone. Took all my money. Reverse. No, nigga, I won. And I'm still waiting for them to put that fucking money back on there. Bro, I'm gonna sue their ass. I'm not trying to hear no reverse. I'm not trying to hear none of that. The transaction histories, I even took screenshots. That shit say winner. I got my wager. I'm a winner with my wager, and you stole my wager. You fucking crump. Hey. Oh shit, that probably let me know I got 181 million coming. I can look at it as that, and if that shit comes this time, I'm taking everything out. Yes, real rat. Real rat. You know, about to get Blaze right quick. Fire up. Fire in the city. But B, I love life, bro. You gotta love life. You gotta love life for what it is. You know, but oh yeah, you know, I keep bullshit, but I gotta drop this joint. I'll probably drop it tomorrow morning. Probably get up like 9 in the morning and drop the Facts versus Opinion show. So I'm gonna go on my other channel later and go on there and talk heavy shit. You know, but I want y'all to understand, right? That this shit real. If y'all can see it. You know, if y'all can see it, it's about Tank resume. You know, Tank resume when he got with Floyd and shit. You feel me? The people he fought, all champions. And another thing I want people to understand when they be like, well, listen, y'all gotta know is how Loma got them belts. They stripped Tank so Loma can get them belts. Y'all know that, right? I just want y'all to know that. See, because that's something y'all don't know. Y'all keep letting these top rank officials, these ex-top rank members and fighters dictate the news and tell y'all what y'all want to hear. And all you got to do is be common sense is, do you see any PBC analysts over there? People are, remember, Paulie said some racist shit, which I thought it wasn't racist. It's just a person joking. But people take shit, you know what I mean, like out of context. You can't even joke with people. You can't even joke with people. It's like, you know what, nigga, you're not a monkey. We know what a monkey is. You're not a monkey. And it's like females. This is no disrespect for entertainment purposes only. It's like we males, right? We men, right? And you watch people call bitches, so you don't want to call a female, yo, nigga. So, yo, bitch, what up? You're a female dog. You bark and you bite. You feel me? This is no disrespect. I'm giving you honor. They get it. But then you'll hear another motherfucker from the other community calling that. You like, bitch, he a man too. What's the difference? He a man. I'm not going to call you son. Hey, come on, man. You know? Then Clarissa Shields says she talked to God, right? But if she talked to God, God would have told her, bitch, you ain't fight nobody. God would have told her, why the fuck Crawford gloves keep busting open? Why busting open bug gloves keep busting open? Why he went the snack route? Why Shakur on that shit? And Shakur not that? Which a lot of people believe he is, but you see, this is the funny thing, y'all. Shout out to Jerron Boots tennis. We watch Boots go out there, beat the dog shit out of niggas. Everybody's supposed to be something, but he make them look like nothing. You understand me? I watch boxing. Right, like y'all know, Virgil Ortiz ain't fighting. No, listen, you never been a champion, so who have you fought? You ain't fight no top opposition. You ain't fight the number one guy. Because remember, Lubin wasn't number one. Lubin was ranked number one for the IBF, not the WBC. So you didn't fight no top 10 guy, nigga. Because that means he dropped his IBF status and had to go over to the WBC route, which makes him number 20, number 25. Make the shit make sense, man. This is the shit y'all people don't know and understand. Who did he fight? Because one thing about me, Ski, I got their resumes right here, right? Virgil Ortiz, Erison Lubin, shell shot. Madrimov never was a champion. Maurice Hooker, Frederick Lawson, Thomas Delorme, Bowichuk, Butt Cheeks, McKinson, Mean Machine, two-time Olympian. I give you that because he was an Olympian, but he came over here to become a journeyman. Everybody knew that. JID Promotions, everything. El Matro Herrera, Orozco, Brad Sullivan. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Who the fuck make it make sense, right? Now we go over here, right? Castillo Claxton, an Olympian, a WBA champion, right? Which, when everyone, Virgil Ortiz, Jerron Boots Ennis, Castillo Claxton, Roman Villa, Speedy Rashidi Ellis, Thomas Delorme, Dave Avianija, Roman Villa, Karen, Daniel Fernandez. Remember, these all of the top welterweights at that time. Virgil Ortiz didn't fight one of them. Okay. Sergey Limpinis, IBF champion. This was 2017 when he defeated Kundu and all of that. And the Mikey Garcia situation happened. And at that time, from when he moved up to 147, well, Boots was knocking everybody out from 2017 to 2022 till he got the Sergey Limpinis fight. Remember, all of the champions at PBC and top contenders like Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, he wasn't going to fight Danny, but everybody else, even Bud Crawford, top rank, but Bud wasn't speaking that tone. It was PBC fighters saying Boots ain't beat a champion. Then they was saying, because at that time when they say Boots never beat a champion, they was saying Bud ain't fight nobody. I'm going to keep it tall. At that time, them niggas was speaking that tone. Then when 2018 came, when everybody thought Bud was going to sign with PBC, then he re-signed with Top Rank. That's when he created the word the other side of the street. Thomas Delorme at the time, remember, Bud knocked him out, then Boots knocked him out. These niggas put him to sleep, and he was ranked number 9. Ayubov, the Russian, the hard-hitting Russian that was decking shit, ranked number 8, number 10, Boots smoked him. Dave Avianija, WBA champion, Euro champion, Boots smoked him. Roman Villa, ranked number 5, beat Speedy Rashidi Ellis, who Virgil Ortiz was scared to fight and duck. Knocked him out. Boots did the Matrix, Neo and Matrix shit on him. Karen, we all know who Karen Chuckazine is. Right now, he's ranked number 1 again in the IBF, and I guarantee when he get another chance to fight for the title, he's going to clean the welterweight division out. And Devin Haney, fight Karen. That's a perfect fight. Fight Karen. Damian Fernandez. We all know Fernandez was a hard-hitting nigga. Boots smoked him. Armando Alvarez, right? Similar to Virgil Ortiz, decking shit, putting niggas out. And he was ranked number 5, number 3. Power hitter at the time for the WBO. Boots smoked him. Raymond Serrano, junior Olympian, national gold medalist, bronze medal Olympian, under 19 silver medalist, gold medalist. This kid is decorated. From Philadelphia, Raymond Serrano, Boots whooped his ass. The Chris Van Hardeen situation, IBO title at the time, Boots was going. Remember, it ended up in a no contest, but Boots was whooping his ass. Just the headbutt fucked it up. But it shows how this kid was ranked, how he came in the game, how Karen Duncan was pushing it. WBO, IBF, WBC, ranked in these joints. And you can go back to Virgil Ortiz. Not one. Not one. Not one. A WBA, ex-former WBA intern champion in Madrimov. A junior welterweight Maurice Hooker, which you could have fought him at 140, but for the title and you didn't. But you bring him up to 147 when he been on a long vacation. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying, y'all. You see the difference. It's a different. That's one thing, yo. The log book, log, L-O-G, a log book means everything. You do your homework, baby. You do your homework, man. You know what I mean? You do your homework. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, I love this sport. I love boxing. You know, I talk about it. I gotta give you the truth. I gotta give you the proof. Whatever I write down, I'm giving you it. Know what I mean? You know, but this is the crazy thing is, you know, how they bring in drinking liquor. Liquor ain't gonna have you test positive for PEDs, man. I'm just saying though, it's not. So what are y'all really hiding? Excuse my language. What are y'all really hiding? What are they hiding, man? That's all I want to know. What is Vada snacking them hiding? Because I can go drink. I don't even drink. I can go take a shot of Henny right now. I can take a shot of Henny right now. Hold on, yo. What happened? Getting back to the topic, I can take a shot of Henny right now, right? I can take a shot of Hennessy right now and have Vada test me. It's not gonna pop up. 9 times out of 10, that shit'll leave out. They say 24 hours leave shit. Less than 24 hours, like 3 hours, 6 hours. I mean, but it's not gonna pop up. Marijuana is not gonna pop up. Because if marijuana was popping up, why it didn't pop up on Ryan? I want y'all to think about that. Think about it. The gimmick and the bullshit they play with us, the narratives they create, and they force us to believe false shit. I'm just saying, man, this is all facts, no opinion sport podcast. I don't let none marinate. We get straight to the sauce, everything saucy. And it's too much marinating in boxing. Boots and Virgil should have happened back in COVID. From 2020 to 2022, Jerron Boots and Virgil Ortiz should have fought at welterweight. It's too much marinating. Now what? Remember, son, I told you this, Santos. My young boy will tell you, I told him, I said, listen, man, don't be surprised Virgil Ortiz move up to another division. He started laughing like, nah, nigga. We seen it. We seen it. Everybody at 154 is occupied. The only person is not is Boots. Supposedly Spence and Tim Zoo is really going to happen. From a real respected, reliable source. You know who you is. We did a bid together. You already, baby. You know, my PBC ties is right. You already. Shout out PBC. Shout out Al Heyman. Shout out Tom Brown. Shout out the whole gang over that joint, man. You know, if I don't want to say your name because I don't want to put too much on you and have people talk some other things, you feel me? But Sylvia, you know, but too much marinating going on in boxing. The time is now. The time is now, man. It's now. We want to see it now. We don't want to see it later. We want to see it now. Shout out Raphael. You already, you know. But to each his own, man. To each his own. All I know, Virgil Ortiz is not a free agent. Though that Oscar contract is still there. I thought last year when they signed the contract for the zone, I thought it was a 5-year contract. You know, but Rick Meridian, aka Rick Merengue, like, bro, y'all just came out and said Oscar do the best business, the best this, the best that. What's the problem now? And you can tell a customer from a mile away. You can tell a customer from a mile away. And I won't be surprised they coke buddies, man. I won't be surprised Senior and Rick Merengue, be at speakeasies, being after hours. They don't cop 20s. They don't cop 8 balls. They 28 on up. All on the nose. Montana, they on that Tony. That Tony. You feel me? That Tony. But at the end of the day, Rick is speaking for Virgil, so it shows that Virgil do not want to fight the boot sentence. See, what it don't make sense is if Oscar De La Hoya is fighting for a 60-45% go to the winner, and these people is willing to take it, why do this? And lie to I want a 50-50 fight, a 50-50 split, so the Saudis can buy the fight, and if the Saudis buy the fight, what is rigged? Is WWE-ish? Learn about the back end, brother. But it shows you Virgil is the duck. The duck of the century is Virgil Ortiz. The biggest fight in boxing is Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, and it's not being promoted as the biggest fight in boxing. It's not even being promoted. Just like Canelo Crawford wasn't being promoted in Vegas. It's something. It's propaganda against American boxing. And fuck it, I said it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. Shout out to Hodder. Go subscribe to Hodder. Shout out my co-host Santos Boxing. You know what it is. It's all facts, no pain. Sport podcast. I don't let nothing marinate. We get straight to the sauce. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. I'm up on out of here. You dig, Ski?